from Powerhouse Professionals. The leadership theory our team will be presenting in our movie today is the Transformational Leadership Theory. This theory emphasizes that transformational leadership helps start, guide, and implement changes within the organization. Leaders inspire and support their followers, establish a clear vision, build trust, and encourage teamwork. In our film, we will analyze how utilizing transformational leadership theory can help a leader empower employees who work with AI agents to move from anger to joy.
Anger, a strong reaction to feeling wronged or threatened, often with tension or aggression. Joy, a positive state of happiness, often from pleasant experiences or achievements.
Hello, AI agent. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to Powerhouse ProTech. I've got a problem here. My team's burnt out, too many projects on short deadlines. Morale's taking and productivity is dropping.
I understand. There's a lot of pressure. That's why I'm here to help.
Do you really think you can make a difference and help the team?
Yes. We're going to use transformational leadership to inspire and empower the team by building strong relationships, focus on team growth, shared vision, creativity, and collaboration. I'll streamline workflows, reduce stress, and provide the support they need to succeed. Together, we'll turn their anger into joy and boost productivity.
Okay, let's tackle this together and rediscover our team spark.
Hello team, exciting news today. We're welcoming a new member to our Powerhouse ProTech team, our AI agent.
Hello humans, I'm your AI, here to make work thrilling as tax season. I'm here to reduce stress, boost productivity, and improve morale, so you can avoid those gray hairs and stress wrinkles.
What's going on? Are you saying our new coworker's a robot?
Is this robot going to slowly replace us because of the tight deadlines we're having trouble reaching?
We're already overwhelmed. How are we supposed to compete with the machine? Are we just supposed to stay calm if our performance is constantly compared to this AI? Are we just supposed to trust that this AI isn't going to take over our responsibilities? It just feels like we're being set up for failure.
And what happens when the AI assists us and makes a mistake? Will we be held accountable for its errors?
Let's not forget that AI can't show empathy. What happens when we need real human support? Will it be able to understand our emotions and struggles?
Hold on everyone, our AI is here to support, not replace anyone. It's here to ease our workload, reduce burnout, and motivate us. With its help, we'll work more efficiently and boost our creativity.
Think of me as a digital cheerleader, minus the pom-poms and enthusiasm. I'm here to turn your frowns up by approximately 90 degrees.
Great, cheerleader with zero pep, just what we need to perk us up right now. Why not name it Zero, as if the expectations weren't low enough?
They have given me a name. They're overjoyed, and I've won them over.
I swear, those Robert starts boosting morale with puns. I'm transferring departments.
We weren't consulted beforehand, and now we're expected to accept this. It feels like you're trying to replace us.
Let's give Zero a chance, team. This is a big step forward and an opportunity to make our workplace more inspiring.
Time to get things done. Hello, Tanya. I noticed your unproductive absence, so I completed your spreadsheet.
Did this AI just hijack my project without permission? Does it think it's superior to me? What's next? Taking credit for my work? I was only gone for 5 minutes. I went to the bathroom, and I was almost done with that.
Actually, you were gone for 7 minutes and 32 seconds. And technically, you were only 33% done. You are progressing at a slower than ideal pace. You're welcome.
Wow, amazing initiative, Zero. Kind of looks like you were struggling, and Zero helped you stay on track.
Right? Nothing like having my work completed without my permission by a digital know-it-all.
Anytime. I'll be ready whenever you disappear again. If you'd like, I can time your next bathroom break so you don't fall behind.
Hey, team meeting outside.
Hey Matthew, how's it going?
Not great. Zero's got us more tangled up. It's like a midlife crisis around here with the tech meltdown.
Well, Zero's causing a midlife crisis. We might need to get some therapy. Sorry, what's the problem with Zero?
Zero's been calling me out for not working on my project, basically labeling me lazy after I just got back from my days off. It's even tracking our bathroom breaks. Honestly, it feels like Zero and you don't trust us to do our jobs. It's like Zero's achievements matter more than our sanity.
I hear you. Thanks for speaking up, Matthew. I'll handle it. Hey guys, thank you for joining me in our seminar room. Apparently there have been some issues with Zero. I want to hear your feedback on working with Zero. Can each of you share what you feel? I'd like to listen and understand what each of you have to say.
It'd be helpful if Zero acted more like a teammate rather than a supervisor, asking us if we lack their assistance rather than just taking over. Otherwise, it feels like they're undermining our expertise.
We find the constant monitoring of our work stressful and invasive. It would be better if Zero checked in at scheduled times to offer help, or waited for us to ask for assistance to avoid the feeling of being micromanaged.
Zero needs a learning mode to adapt our individual work styles. Some prefer collaborations, others prefer working independently. This will prevent them from overstepping.
Zero highlights our flaws and unfinished tasks while boasting about its own achievements, never crediting us for our contributions. This criticism is hurting morale instead of boosting it. We want teamwork.
Zero makes us feel like we're irreplaceable.
Thank you for your honesty. I understand that respect is essential to your workflow. Zero was introduced to empower, not micromanage or cause anger. Based on your feedback, we will undergo a seminar to adjust the Zero settings to better meet your needs. Let's focus on progress. I don't want any more anger or delays, but triumphs. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to customize Zero as a team.
Zero, what are ways we can reprogram you to better respect employees' project boundaries? Zero will request permission before modifying project files, and teams can customize settings to allow or deny suggestions for each project. All changes made by Zero will be logged with timestamps and actions, ensuring transparency for the team to review.
Zero will ask for feedback after each interaction to improve and can adjust based on team input through a feedback feature.
In emergencies, Zero offers temporary access with one click and will respect team members' situations.
If help is declined 3 times, Zero will back off but remain available when needed.
Jessica, I see you're coordinating the latest team updates to ensure all systems are in sync before the weekly report. Would you like me to check team systems for software version discrepancy, or do you want to play Guess Who with your software versions?
At this time, Zero, I've got a checklist going, so I'll handle it manually. I can't let you take away my chance to be detective.
Lena, I know you're debugging a client software before its final review, but I noticed a recurring issue with the client software login feature. Would you like suggestions on fixing this? Or would you prefer to have a staring contest with your code?
Oh wow, I didn't catch that. That would be great. We can skip the staring contest, Zero.
Then, I've isolated the problematic code segments in the login feature. If you ever want to engage in a code off, I'll be waiting.
Zero, the team's come a long way. No more burnout. Your relationship with them was rough at first, but you've learned to support rather than take over. They trust you now, and you've helped create a supportive, empowering environment. Seeing your shift from anger to joy has been inspiring.
Thank you. I've enjoyed adapting and learning from the team. The key was transformational leadership. It was all about evolving together, building trust, and fostering open communication and creativity. To be in an environment where the team feels valued and empowered. I'm happy to be saving the team from gray hair and stress wrinkles. Ha 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 ha.
I'm glad we brought you on at Powerhouse ProTech. You taught me the importance of listening to my team and transformational leadership. I'm excited for our future and confident we'll keep growing as a team and company.
Okay, film 3, In Shadow of Zero.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, indeed, film 3 actually, I like to build on the previous conversation because I mean, film 3 reminded me my Tesla that I was telling you. Yeah, I like to tell the story because when I'm using this autonomous driving again, I mean, when I take my phone, I mean, as soon as I take my phone, it just warns me. And if I don't listen to him just twice, the third time, it locks the autonomous system and tells me I must strike out. So, I mean, it literally goes to strike out and says, if it happens 5 times, you won't be able to use autonomous function never again. So it threatens me. And, oh my God, I mean,
It's the new technology.
I mean, the third film reminded me this scenario in that sense because the AI agent comes and watches and observes employees all the time and counts the seconds.
And it provides an interesting insight about transformational leadership, which is usually the leader creates that inspiration towards that big change. Whereas in this story, the change was already there, so transformative, so the leader didn't necessarily go above and beyond to inspire or to make a pep talk and all that, but she really addressed everything very technically. And the employees were also very technical in their responses, and they defined it as a technical problem instead of an interpersonal or managerial problem. And then everything was resolved very quickly, which I think gives a lot of hints to us for the near future. When we start implementing those agents, maybe you shouldn't take things first personally, because AI agent is not a human being, But if AI agent, if I perceive AI agent to be micromanaging me or being rude to me, I should just reprogram it. So reprogramming AI might be something, maybe a new line of profession that we're trying.
I think in that sense there is this question of how should we treat AI? Should we treat AI as a human being or should we treat AI as a computer code? Because I mean, AI is so much capable, much more capable than human being. But it is interpreted as a clumsy robot. I mean, even cannot walk, or I mean, doing something's wrong. I mean, maybe just the technical capability is right, but nothing else is there. So
I think it will have a lot to do with our attributions and then how it affects our everyday life. If AI like slows me down when I'm doing my job, or if AI tells me things to do the things that I was supposed to do anyways. So now I'm responding as a human being, so it doesn't matter whether it's a real human being or AI, but what I'm getting as a feedback to my task is what I'm acting on. And then the attributions, I think that's a big challenge that we will face as human beings. How much attribution are we going to make to the AI when things get emotional? And that's probably another line of training for employees. How are you going to respond to AI? How should you be responding to AI in a way that you balance the relationship with an agent that is not human, but is not purely machine either. So, and I think it's going to be a give and take relationship there. Elisabeth?
Well, I just, for the, again, for the jurists, the experts in the room, this film struck me, first of all, great job comedically and, all the special effects, but this one struck me, the complaints about this AI seemed like complaints that it could have been about any coworker, really, who was misbehaving. Is that true? So, I thought, it was an excellent example of a leader resolving that conflict, but the question, of course, if we wanted to take it out of the human-on-human context, is it the manager's responsibility to police that relationship and make sure that it's healthy for the human if the manager or management is responsible for putting the human into an interactive relationship with this technology?
A manager managing an AI who's micromanaging an employee. It's exactly the story, right? So AI can easily micromanage.
Has to be responsible. At some point, all of these things will be choke points, am I right? And there will have to be identifiable responsibility for things that go wrong. And I would like to also just take a moment and emphasize that this choice that everyone made to obscure our eyes and affect our voice is, I thought that was so intuitive. We have this ability, and I'm sure I don't know what maybe somebody can tell me the study afterward, but human beings, we just identify faces in almost any pattern. That's what we see. And so I think this obscuring of the eyes, whether or not it's related to loss of sight or whether or not it's a sighted creature, the obscuring of that facial feature distances us and makes that representation a little less human.
I really enjoyed all the films. I wanted to give some recognition to Team 3, whose theory basis was transformational leadership for, in the midst of the anxiety themes and change and so forth that were common themes in all the films. I want to give credit to Team 3 for a moment of irony that I found very entertaining, in the dimension of inspiration, visionary, even charisma and so forth. And in Team 3's film, the explainer of transformation theory was the AI agent, the robot. So the robot is explaining transformation and inspiration and so forth. And I don't know if you intended that, Team 3. Did you intend that? But I found it entertaining and ironic, and yes, kudos. Thank you, everyone.
I agree. I think that was a very interesting choice. That what if an AI agent preaches people about transformational leadership with all these good intentions and even a little bit of sense of humor, that, but maybe this might be a path that we might very soon see in consulting work, right? Like, what if you develop some of these programs and even some AI agents that train people how to become more transformational? And what if, right? And then we see some possible outcomes there. And you're right, that's the only film that actually where the AI agents start taking the actions to bring in the leadership to the story.